Well, it's interesting. We started the Dubus project over 3 years ago now with this idea that the men were our confused. I had a personal experience 15 years ago now of being enormously professionally successful and being personal failure as a father and husband. So I had to grapple with what it meant to be a good father, good husband, good man. And so it's from that experience that I wanted to talk about this with other guys. And I wanted to figure out a vocabulary that guys would actually be able to have that conversation. And so we started the Dubus project with the idea that, sometimes women want to talk about emotion and guys don't necessarily want to talk about emotion, they want to tell stories. So if you're in the locker room, guys are swapping stories. And so we wanted to collect stories of men of all walks of life, whether they're in Sing Sing, fighting in Iraq, getting laid off at the GM plant in Detroit, or venture capitalists like me. And talk about what the experience of being a man is.
Are they lost? Are they groping? Is it?
I think men are. I think we are in this inflection point. I think interestingly, we started this conversation, tried to start this conversation, and then you have Tiger Woods and Charlie Sheen and all this stuff, and then you have female sociologists coming out saying that men are older, which is kind of, if you think about it, if a male sociologist came out and said women are older, we'd all be criticized for it.
Yeah, but we did that for like 5,000 years.
Right. And then we had feminism. So I think one of the things that's happening is feminism, over the last 50 years, I think we've done a really good job of trying to have equality for women. And now it's kind of reversed. So I see the roles as feminism was allowing women to get out of the house. And in a profound way, I think men are trying to get back in the house. They want to take care of their kids. They want to be fathers. They want to try and sort out. I get phone calls from my friends who've known I kind of went through this personal crisis, saying, guys work on Wall Street, saying, we're getting laid off from Lehman Brothers, saying, did I waste my life because I was working 100 hours a week trying to make money and I never saw my kids? I also think that in this whole conversation about the end of manhood, I think there's a real element of class. It doesn't get talked about that much. I think affluent men still control the country, control the world. But if you look at race, and if you look at class, what's happened in the economy is that the manufacturing, blue-collar jobs have been lost, and they've moved to the service sector where women in healthcare and education are doing very, very well. And so, it's not the end of men, it's the end of middle classes. Rich guys are fine. So that to me is a distinction that somehow gets lost. That somehow, it's all men. There's this kind of, it's okay to have this blanket stereotype of, universally, all men are, never going to succeed again.
With respect, failure is father and husband. The rich guys are fine.
No, I think that's part of that.
You asked if anybody can fail. We all have our failures.
No, I think the confusion is that we're, as a society, we're obsessed with men behaving badly.
Yeah.
That's all we hear about, the front page of the news. And I don't think we hear about women behaving badly. We hear about men behaving badly. So that's the model.
Snooki can really tear it up, though.
Do you see Snooki on